So Oklahoma Wesleyan awaits the winner of this one. Let's take a closer look at these two teams. First of all, we can tell you that Dickinson State comes in with a 19-10 overall mark, 12-3 in the North Star Athletic Association. They got here with a championship game win over Jamestown. That's a familiar foe for the Dordt defenders. They found their home in the North Star Athletic Association this afternoon, or pardon me, this year after making the transition. They planned transition to NCAA Division II. I digress. They played this year in the North Star, and this is the last year of existence for the North Star Athletic Association. Most of those teams heading to the Frontier Conference after this school year has concluded. Dickinson State, 19-10 overall, 12-3 in that North Star Athletic Association, outscoring team 76-71. They're shooting 44% from the floor. Opponents make 45% of their field goal attempts against the Blue Hawks. They're converting 36% of their three-pointers, and opponents make 30%. Dickinson State gets out rebounded 38-35. They commit 10 turnovers a game. They force 12 turnovers per contest. Their losses this year include losses to Valley City State by 1, Mayville State by 4, Bellevue by 2, Rocky Mountain by 1, Providence by 3. College of Idaho got them 90-61. College of Idaho, a team that's been rated in the top 5 most of the year. And Lewis Clark State got them by 2, 81-79. This is a Dickinson State team that has lost a lot of close games, and their season could have been much different. You win half of those, suddenly they're sitting at 24-6 instead of 19-10. They're 5-0 in their last 5. They are 7-3 in their last 10. They're led by Kos Egbuli, averaging 14.6 points per game and 7.3 rebounds. Trey Stevens averages 11.2 points per game with 3 rebounds. John Evans is at 11 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and Cordell Stinson averages 10 points per game. For the Dordt defenders, the Dordt defenders this year put together a 27-3 record, 18-2 in the conference. They outscore teams 91-74. They shoot 53% from the floor. They allow opponents to make 45% of their field goals. They also convert 39% of their three-pointers and allow opponents to make 33%. Rebounding, they out-rebound teams 35-33 to the defenders, take care of the basketball for the most part as well. They commit 9 turnovers a game, and they have surrendered 14 turnovers per contest. Their losses this year, Concordia 99-72, Morningside 88-74, and Morningside 109-106 in overtime 2 weeks ago tomorrow. That was in the GPAC semifinals. The defenders are 8-2 in their last 10, 4-1 in their last 5. They have won 13 out of 14 games at home. They are 14-2 on the road. They are led by Lucas Lorenzens, 22.5 points per game and 5.5 rebounds. Bryce Kopic averages 14.9 points per game. Connor Milliken, 11.2 points per outing. Luke Rankin, 9.2 points per game with 8.4 assists and 1.9 steals per game. Jake Hargens averages 7.9 points per game, and Ben Fairclough 7.1 points per game with nearly 2 blocks per contest. Last outing for the defenders, a loss to Morningside 109-106 in the GPAC semifinals. Lucas Lorenzen 29 points, Connor Milliken 21 points, all of them coming in overtime and the second half. Luke Rankin 17 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds in that loss. For Dickinson State, they beat Jamestown 67-62. They were led by Egbuli with 22 points, and Aiden Fischel had 15 points and 4 assists for Coach Derek Selvig and the Blue Hawks. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a look at the starting lineups, Dordt and Dickinson State, right after this 2-minute timeout.
German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1891. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner. Online at germanfarmers.com.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hovet Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hovet Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Sioux and owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, and decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors from Dickinson State in their navy blue jerseys, they will start number 2, Kosa Gbule, a 6'2 senior from Houston, Texas, averaging 14.6 points per game. Number 3 will be Trey Stevens. Trey Stevens is a 6'2 senior from Nevada, Sparks, Nevada, averaging 11.2 points per outing. John Evans is a 6'4 senior from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. He averages 11 points per game. Cordell Stinson is a 6'5 junior from Reno, Nevada, averaging 10 points per game. And Braden Palmer is a 6'5 senior from Alliance, Nebraska, averaging 5.7 points per outing. Dickinson State again, Gbule, Stevens, Evans, Stinson, and Palmer. For the Dordt defenders, they will start number 0, Luke Rankin, a 5'10 senior from Grimes, Iowa, averaging 9.2 points per game. Connor Milliken is a 6'4 sophomore from Springfield, Nebraska, averaging 11.2 points per outing. Number 2 is Bryce Kopic, a 5'11 senior from Hayward, Iowa, averaging 14.9 points per game. Number 3 is Lucas Lorenzen, a 6'4 junior from Milford, Iowa, averaging 22.5 points per game. And Ben Fairclough rounds out the starting lineup. He's a 6'8 senior from Perth, Australia, averaging 7.1 points per game. Those are your starting lineups for this afternoon, and that is the Wireless World pregame show. The Dordt Defenders and Dickinson State Blue Hawks set to do battle here shortly, with the women's games to follow. And that is going to do it for the Wireless World pregame show. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the opening tip for today's contest in 2 minutes.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything, where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors, knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Hi, this is Alex with Outdoor Elements. We've been the region's premier landscape company for over 15 years. With our own in-house landscape designer, we create extraordinary outdoor spaces where you will make memories with family and friends. We do all types of landscaping, and we're the region's only certified pool professionals. We specialize in saltwater pools, which are easy to maintain and gentle on your skin. Check out our website at OutdoorElementsInc.com. We make your landscape as beautiful as your home. When you want the best, contact us at 712-476-5299 or email us at info@OutdoorElementsInc.com.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City will exceed your expectation.
The Greenhouse, located in Hull and Sanborn, bringing you amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and so much more. A big city feel, only 10 minutes away from Sioux Center, with a second location now in Sanborn.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking. and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit epremierbank.com or stop by any of the 5 Premier Bank locations in Iowa or South Dakota to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dordt University in Sioux Center, Iowa. Glad to have you along with me on this Friday afternoon. Feels like a Saturday, and we've got things all turned around. The men's basketball games being played first, the women's contest to follow. When all is said and done, we'll have the field set for tomorrow's second round contest here at the DeWitt Gym. A 3 o'clock start time for the men's championship game of the bracket and a 5:30 start time for the women. You are listening to KIHK and watching on the Dordt Media Network this NAIA National Championship first round play. Ben Fairclough to jump it up for the defenders against Dickinson State's Braden Palmer, and the opening tap is controlled by the Dordt defenders. Dordt in their gold jerseys with the basketball, left-hand side Rankin. Comes back over to Milliken. Milliken feeds it right side over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen back to the basket. He dribbles into the paint, tries for the crossover move, and he's going to be called for travel. Dragged his pivot foot. Turnover, gives the basketball to Dickinson State for their first possession of the contest. That time Dickinson State matching up with Lorenzen with Cordell Stinson. And Dickinson State will now bring the basketball up the floor. Stevens with the basketball. Goes left side over to Stinson. Stinson back out front. Egbule pass into the paint, taken away by the defenders. Rankin up and running with it. Rankin, the career leader in assists at Dordt University, hands it off to Kopic. Kopic in his 5th year, one of those COVID players electing to utilize a 5th year to complete his degree. Driving into the paint with the right hands. High off the glass, no good by Rankin, and here comes Dickinson State and Trey Stevens. Stevens with the basketball. Stevens comes back right. Top of the key 3 for Stevens is off the mark, no good. Rebound cleared by Lorenzen. Lorenzen over to Kopic. Kopic has Fairclough. Fairclough looks at a 3, decides against it, drives into the paint with the right hand, missed it, no good. And the rebound is taken away by Dickinson State. So far, Dordt, 3 shots, 3 misses. Dickinson State, a shot and a turnover. Their 3rd possession. They throw it into the post. Braden Palmer. Palmer back outside Stevens. Stevens throws it into the corner. Driving in his shot high off the glass, no good. Rebound tapped out, controlled by Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin back over to Milliken. Milliken back outside Lorenzen. Lorenzen on the left wing. Jab step. Now drives into the paint. Lost it. Picked up by Milliken. 20 to shoot. Goes back over to Fairclough. Fairclough to Kopic. Kopic, Euro step. Kick out pass. Milliken. 3 splash. Connor Milliken with the 3-point basket, and the Dordt defenders lead Dickinson State 3-0. 3-0 our score. Trey Stevens with the basketball in between the circles. Stevens goes back outside, and Stevens goes back into the corner. Egbule pass deflected, picked up by Dickinson State. Wide open look at a 3, and knocking it down is John Evans. Evans ties it up at 3-3. 3-3 the score. Evans wide open. Dordt unable to rotate to him. They get it over to Fairclough. Fairclough with the basketball. Fairclough gives it up to Kopic. Kopic free throw line jumper good for the senior guard from Hayward, Iowa. Dordt leads 5-3. 5-3. And the Dordt defenders on defense now with 17-18 remaining in the first half. Dickinson State basketball. Stinson, backdoor cut, ball pinballed around, picked up, baseline jumper, missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Rankin. Here come the defenders in transition. Rankin up the floor, 2 players around him, trying to get his way down underneath. Nothing there. Back over to Milliken. Milliken hesitates. Elbow jumper, right side, rattles it, no good, and the rebound is cleared by Dickinson State. Coming away with the basketball, the Blue Hawks. Driving, Stinson in the paint, fading away. His shot no good. Rebound cleared by Milliken. Back over to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Dordt with a 5-3 lead. Lorenzen with it on the wing, and Lorenzen is fouled on the play by Cordell Stinson. Stinson called for the personal foul. That's going to be foul number 1 on him. So foul number 1 on Stinson, and the Dordt defenders will inbound far sideline near the hash mark. directly across from the Dickinson State coaching staff. They get it back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Fairclough. Fairclough looking for the curl cut inside for Kopic, that is, and Bryce Kopic has fouled on the play as he took it up in between two players, and he's fouled on the play by John Evans. That's going to be number 1 on Evans, and team foul number 2 on Dickinson State. Free throws on the way for Kopic. Kopic is a 74% free thrower. First one is up and good. He's got 3 points. 6-3 our score, and a second free throw on the way. 6-3 the score. Kopic will shoot another free throw, and Kopic, right-handed free throw, rolls around and falls out. 6-3 our score as he gets 1 of 2, and Dickinson State will come back the other way. Dickinson State basketball. They go right-hand side, Evans. Evans with the ball. Evans gives it up to Jake Daniel. Daniel into the ball game at the last break. Daniel back out front to Stevens. Stevens gives it up. Igbuli. Igbuli, 3, rims, no good. Rebound taken away by Kopic. Outlet pass over to Rankin. Rankin with it across the timeline. Picked up there by Daniel. Rankin into the corner. Milliken. Milliken back out front. Fairclough. Fairclough with the ball. Fairclough picks up the dribble on the right-hand side. Throws it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen back to the basket. Going to work against Evans. Lorenzen, bully ball. Shot with the left hand, good. Lucas Lorenzen just backing his way in, gets the 2-point bucket to go. Dordt leads 8-3. Dickinson State will call for a set play. Egbuli guarded there by Lorenzen. Dordt will switch out front. They've switched most of the screens all year long. Shot Egbuli, missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Here comes Dordt. Rankin. They don't have the numbers. Rankin all the way to the left elbow. The trailer, Fairclough. Fairclough outside Lorenzen. 3, left wing, 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen with 5, and the Dordt lead is 11-3. 11-3 our score. Dickinson State basketball. Trey Stevens across the timeline. Stevens gets it away to Daniel. Daniel with the basketball. Dickinson State needs a basket to stop the bleeding. Left side pass, it goes to Evans. They're down by 8 right now. Surrendered 8 in a row. Shot in the paint, off the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound taken away by Fairclough. Here comes Dordt. Ahead it goes Kopic. Kopic is fouled on the play. And that foul is going to go on Jake Daniel. And Kopic will pick himself up off of the floor after the foul by Jake Daniel. And Kopic, he's been on the receiving end of a few of those collisions over his 4+, nearly 5 full seasons. And we've got a timeout on the floor. This will be a media timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Hi, this is Jennifer Jansen at Epic Realty. At Epic Realty, we take pride in providing professional real estate services with integrity and expertise. Give us a call or stop by our Sioux Center office and visit our website at epichomerealty.com.
Premier Bank is proud to support Dordt University. Visit epremierbank.com for locations and more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
It will be Dordt basketball as we resume play. They do not award free throws on the foul, so Kopic inbounds to Lorenzen, puts it on the deck, gets around his man, lays it up with the left hand, no good, and the rebound is taken away by Dickinson State. Dickinson State nearly picked off by Ty Vadessen as they throw it across midcourt. He was cheating into the passing lane and knocked it away. It will be Dickinson State basketball. A thank you to the sponsors making it possible for Dordt to host both the women's and the men's basketball pods, these brackets. And they throw it away. It'll be Dordt basketball. Driving in was Jake Daniel, and the junior from Dickinson, North Dakota, throws it into the Dordt student section. And today's admission for all Dordt students made possible by American State Bank, American Investment and Trust, Edward Jones Investment, and Bohr & Sons. We thank them for their support, making it possible for the students to attend without it biting into their hard-earned money. Shot by Hargens, no good. Rebound cleared out. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound tapped by the defenders. Ball still loose and picked up by Dickinson State. Dordt misses the opportunity to go up double digits. Here comes Dickinson State. Shot, no good by Agbule. Rebound, no good. Tapped. Lorenzen comes away with it. Bit of a melee, both ends. And here come the defenders. Lorenzen, top of the key three. Too strong, no good. Quick on the trigger that time, and now we've got a foul on the play called on Jake Hargens on the rebound as he went up against Jake Daniel, and Jake Hargens gets whistled for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on him. Team foul number 1 on the defenders as well. Dickinson State trailing 11-3. Dort's missed on a couple of opportunities to go up double digits. So right now Dickinson State trying to fight off the defenders, get their feet under them if they will. Dickinson State with the basketball. Aiden Fischel brings it up. Fischel takes it across the timeline against Jake Proctor. Proctor from Heston, Kansas. They get it out front. Fischel puts it on the deck, and he's going to be called for traveling. They whistle a turnover, the travel violation against Aiden Fischel, the senior from Scobie, Montana. Averages 8.7 points per game off of the bench for Dickinson State. He was an honorable mention selection in the North Star Athletic Association this winter. 13-14 left to play in the first half. With the basketball, Rankin gives to Hargens. Hargens puts it up with the right hand. Good. Jake Hargens working around the rim. Makes it a 13-3 lead for the defenders. Right hand side, right. Back to Fischel. Fischel with it on the wing. Ball knocked free. Prinz took a stab at it. Taken back by Dickinson State. Down to the baseline is Kosei Agbule, and he dribbles it off of the baseline out of bounds. It'll be Dordt basketball. Dordt basketball, throwing it in will be Tyler Prinz. And for those of you watching on the national scene, we have a ton of volunteers and student employees who make these productions possible, and we want to make sure we publicly thank them for that. Ty Van Essen gives it off to Jake Hargens. Hargens with the basketball, driving hard to the left-hand side, cut off. Hargens now working his way in against Gus Wright, lost it, and Wright takes it away. So Gus Wright takes it away on the defensive stop. Dordt right now on a 10-0 run. It was 3-3 at one point. They shovel it off. Shot in the paint by Stinson, but a foul on the play called against Proctor. Count the hoop for Stinson. And Stinson will go to the free throw line for a three-point play opportunity. So Jake Proctor whistled for the personal foul. Jake, his first. So both fouls on the defenders called on the two Jakes off of the bench, Proctor and Hargens. And Cordell Stinson, who averages 10 points per game, junior from Reno for the Blue Hawks. He was a second-team pick out of the North Star. Free throw is up, and the free throw left short, no good. Rebound cleared by Hargens. So Hargens clears the rebound. Dordt maintains an 8-point lead at 13-5. 13-5 the score. Dordt basketball, Fairclough back to Proctor. Proctor snaps it over to Rankin. Rankin with it at the top of the key, gets a ball screen from Hargens. Peels out of the screen. Rankin, 17-footer, good. Luke Rankin with his first two of the day. That's the fifth different player to score for the defenders so far, and Dordt leads 15-5. 15-5 the score for Dickinson State. A coach once told me, he said, you can't win it in the first 10 minutes, but you can lose it. And right now, that's what they want to do. They want to get their feet under them, give themselves a chance. Stinson back outside. Round the horn they go. Stevens with it. It seems like they've survived the initial onslaught by the defenders, and now they're trying to work it. Aiden Fischel with it. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Step back triple, misses off the side of the backboard, no good. And the rebound taken away by the defenders. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin with it, driving, nothing there. Has it on the right wing, retreats back out to the point. Comes back to Fairclough. Fairclough, right side, Hargens. Hargens, reverse layup, good. Jake Hargens with a 2-point bucket. He's got 4, and the defender lead is 17-5. 17-5, Jaden Wright across half court for the Blue Hawks. He passes it up to Fischel. Fischel gives right side Stinson. Stinson to Wright. Wright three-pointer, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Proctor. Proctor hands it off to Rankin. So far, Dickinson State 2 of 12 from the floor. Dordt 7 of 16, including 2 of 4 on threes. Milliken downhill, stops, pops, 10-footer, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touched by Dordt. It will be Dickinson State basketball. So with 10:30 left to go in the first half, Dordt has a 12-point lead on this Friday afternoon. The winner will advance on to play Oklahoma Wesleyan. And this is where I've got to remind my student staff that that one's not reviewable. Working on those highlight clips, and we oftentimes get a pretty good look at things. And a pass is thrown out of bounds. The pressure defense paying dividends with a turnover. And the defenders will get it with 20 seconds on the shot clock. So Dordt gets it back. The ball was touched on the sideline, so they will give it to Dordt at the point at which it went out of bounds on the far sideline opposite the Dickinson State bench. Bryce Kopic with the basketball, 10:25 remaining in the first half. Kopic with the left hand, back outside Connor Milliken. Milliken with it left wing, back over to Kopic. Hargens, man-to-man defense applied here by Dickinson State. Kopic, 15-footer off the heel, too strong, no good. Run-out opportunity here for Stevens. Dordt retreats on defense. Stevens with the basketball at the top of the key. He'll spot up. The three-pointer is good. Trey Stevens with the three-point bucket. Dordt leads 17-8. With it, Fairclough. Fairclough hands it back to Proctor. Proctor to Hargens. Hargens hands it back to Kopic. Kopic hesitates. Double team. 2 players around him. Back over to Fairclough. 15 to shoot. Under 10 to go. Next dead ball. We'll have a timeout. Hargens into the paint. Hargens off of the glass. Good. Jake Hargens with a 2-point bucket. He's got 6 off of the bench. He was an honorable mention selection in the GPAC. Had a great second semester for the defenders. Really got things going and got much more comfortable with it. This is Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basket upon defense. They go back outside. Stevens. Stevens gives to Wright. Wright to Stevens. Stevens had the 3 moments ago. Step back against Hargens. No. Goes right side back over to Evans. Evans into the paint. Nothing there. Back outside it comes Wright. 1 to shoot, and it's a shot clock violation. The Dordt defenders get a defensive stop. They lead 19-8. That's your dead ball, so immediate timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Cruz & Cruz, PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lamars, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dordt Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. This broadcast brought to you by the Ullman Funeral Homes. Chad Ullman, Lori Ewell, and Taylor Van Witchell providing professional attention to every detail. Today's broadcast brought to you by M&H True Value of Rock Valley. Behind every project is True Value. Start right. Start here.
19-8, defenders leading by 11 after the timeout. And here come the defenders in their gold jerseys, matching the gold in the student section this afternoon. Pass left side, Milliken thought about the 3, now takes it into the paint. His off-balance shot no good. Rebound tapped and controlled by Dickinson State. Here come the Blue Hawks. Plenty of time for the Blue Hawks, just got to get something going. Stevens with it. He passes right side Evans. Evans goes back left wing over to Wright. Right around the horn they go. Right corner 3. Good. A 3-point basket by John Evans, his second of the contest, and the Dordt lead is 19-11. 19-11 our score. With the pass back over to Rankin. Rankin hands it off to Kopic. Kopic into the paint. Kopic shot no good, but he is fouled on the play, and he's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. The Dickinson bench, Dickinson State bench looking for a charge, but the Dordt defender, well, they're not going to award Kopic 2. I thought they had initially indicated free throws. The official saying 2. The official who called it initially signaling 2 right away, and then they lined up for an out-of-bounds play, and now they're going to award Bryce Kopic the 2 free throws. And Bryce Kopic shooting a couple, 74% free thrower. He's 1 for 2 today. This will be his 109th free throw, and he makes that one. He now has 80 makes for the year. Trying to extend it back to a 10-point ball game, 20-11. First time the Dordt men have been able to host an NAIA National Championship bracket. 4th straight appearance in the National Championship field. Kopic makes both free throws. He's got 5. And the defender lead is 21-11. 21-11, Dordt with a lead. Dickinson State with the basketball. Stevens goes to Igbuli. Igbuli with the basketball. Igbuli with it on the left wing, guarded by Fairclough. Throws it right side Stinson. Stinson sets and fires a 3, no good. Rebound tap by Fairclough. Controlled tap over to Rankin. Here comes Dordt in transition. Milliken, 3, left wing, good. 3-point bucket for Connor Milliken. He's got 6, and the defender lead is 24-11. 24-11, defender lead. Trey Stevens hands it off to John Evans. Evans with the basketball out front. Evans will spot up his 3, rattles it in. John Evans with 9 points, all on 3s, as he has worked to keep his team within striking distance. Well, I think they only gave him a 2 on that one. Pass right side Fairclough. Fairclough thought about the 3, takes it into the paint. Kick out pass back to Lorenzen. 7:24 left to go in the first half. Rankin has the basketball. Dordt leading 24-13. Right side pass, Kopic. Kopic, his 3 off the mark, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Dickinson State. Coming up the floor with it is Trey Stevens. Stevens with the basketball. They're going to look for Evans. He's got the hot hand. 3 threes for him. He's hit one from the right corner, one from the top of the key, and he's trying to work off the dribble now. His shot with the right hand missed it, no good. And the rebound taken away by the defenders, but turned over on the outlet pass. Igbuli, pull up 3, missed it, no good. And the rebound taken away by Rankin. Dordt has numbers right now. Rankin into the front court, stops at the top of the key. He goes left side back over to Milliken. Dordt by 11, 24-13. Milliken with the basketball, goes to Kopic, back over to Milliken, right wing. Rankin now gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen at the top of the key. Lorenzen puts it on the deck, into the paint. Short jumper, shot no good, block. And the rebound taken away by Dickinson State. And coming up with it is Palmer. Palmer hands it off to Stevens. And Dickinson State will try to walk it into the front court. They'll take their time. Stevens with the basketball. Stevens out front, guarded by Lorenzen. Stevens stops. His turnaround is good. Trey Stevens with 5, and now Dickinson State back to within 2. Back to within 9. Dordt answering with a quick basket. And the defenders lead 26-15. Gambling for the steal with Rankin. Evans, another 3. Missed that one. No good. Rebound cleared by Lorenzen. Here come the defenders up by 11. Kopic, right-hand side, drives in, drops it off for Milliken. Milliken off the glass, good. Connor Milliken with a 2-point bucket on the busted play, 28-15, as Kopic took it into the paint, found Milliken filling the middle of the lane, and the defenders lead by a baker's dozen, 28-15. 28-15, Dickinson State basketball. Blue Hawks have it. On the right side, Igbuli. Igbuli, back right wing, 3 on the way, splash. 3-pointer for Trey Stevens. He's got 8, 28-18, defenders by 10, but answering back is Bryce Kopic with the 2. Bryce Kopic with 7. Dordt leads 30-18. That's twice now that Dickinson State has gotten a basket, but they haven't been quick enough getting back on defense. With the basketball is Igbuli. Igbuli with it. Igbuli will drive in. Fairclough defensively holds his ground. Rankin fires it out to Milliken. Back to Rankin. To Kopic. Kopic shot no good in traffic. And the rebound is cleared by Dickinson State, and they will walk the ball up the floor. It doesn't appear Dickinson State wants any part of running with the defenders. Trey Stevens, 3, good. Trey Stevens with 11, and Dickinson State will call a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dordt University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dordt Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dordt Media Network. Go Defenders!
See Proactive Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab when the aches and pains won't go away. Visit proactivephysicaltherapy.net when you want to get back to the activities you love.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online, 712realty.com, leading you home.
Timeout, leading 30-21 with 4:35 left to play in the first half. Dickinson State called that timeout. Rather than waiting for the under 5, they called the timeout. With it is Rankin. That came after a made three-point basket. Right side it goes to Hargens. Hargens tests the waters into the paint, off of the glass over the right hand, good. Jake Hargens with 8 early points. Dordt leads 32-21. And Jake Hargens reestablishes the double-digit lead for the defenders. They come back over to Evans. Evans on the left wing goes to Wright. Gus Wright with the basketball goes to Evans. Evans gives right wing Aiden Fischel. Fischel with the basketball. Fischel driving in, kick out pass, 3, high arcing shot, no good, but a foul on the rebound. And the putback attempt. John Evans is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 as he was fouled from behind by Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen a push on the play, and John Evans, an 81% free thrower, goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one is up, hangs on the rim and falls off. A second free throw coming for Evans. Dordt is led by as many as 13. That was at 28-15. Misses that one as well. Dordt by 11 with the basketball and an opportunity to build on the lead. They've led by as many as 13. Lead by 11 right now. With the basketball, Rankin gets it over to Hargens. Hargens in the air, back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen, a man in his face, three-pointer, good. Lucas Lorenzen with 8. Dordt leads 35-21. 14-point lead for the defenders. Dickinson State basketball. So Dickinson State with the basketball after the timeout. Dordt has responded with 5 unanswered. With it right side. Dickinson State. Egbuli leans in. His line drive shot from straight on, good. He's got his first points of the day. Dordt leads 35-23. Rankin with it. In traffic. His shot no good with the left hand. Rebound cleared. Here comes Dickinson State. They want to run this time. Fischel with it. Fischel into the paint. And Fischel gets the shot to go, and he is fouled. Fischel spun back with the right hand, gets the shot to go, cuts it down to a 35-25 difference pending a free throw. So 35-25, defenders by 10. So 4 unanswered by Dickinson State, and they've got a chance here to make it 5 in a row. Free throw by Aiden Fischel is up, completing the three-point play. Fischel off of the bench, averaging 8.7 points per game. Brings it back to a 9-point ball game, 35-26 with 2:48 left to play in the half. Rankin with the basketball, gets around his man, nothing there. Back it comes Hargens. Hargens with it on the right-hand side. Hands it back over to Rankin. Rankin underneath to Hargens, and Hargens is fouled from behind. That foul is going to go on Evans. That's number 2 on him. Not a bad foul, as he was going to give up a layup. And Jake Hargens will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Well, they call that on Wright instead. I thought it was on Evans, but they're going to go with Wright instead, and Jake Hargens will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 as he was fouled in the act of shooting. Neither team is in the bonus yet. Jake, free throw, off the heel, no good. Another one on the way, trying to extend it back to a 10-point ball game. Second free throw coming. So a second free throw on the way for Jake Hargens. And Hargens eyes it. That one's up, rattles around and falls through. So Hargens extends it back to a 10-point ball game, 36-26. 36-26 the score. Igbuli with it. Igbuli thought about the step back, instead comes back outside. This is Aiden Fischel. Fischel with it on the left wing, guarded there by Fairclough. Fischel, Fairclough holding his ground. Gives it up to the cutter, and it's taken back by Proctor. Over to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Two players around him. Rankin all the way down to the left baseline. Keeps the dribble alive as he slides. Comes back over to Hargens. Hargens with the basketball at the point. Hargens down to the baseline, trying to work back to that right hand. Does so. Comes back to Lorenzen. 10 to shoot for the defenders. Now 9. Lorenzen trying to get around the corner. And Lorenzen lost it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Dickinson State. It'll be Dordt basketball. Dordt leading 36-26 with 5 seconds on the shot clock, 1:45 on the game clock. That's left to play in the first half. And the defenders will inbound the basketball left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Luke Rankin will throw it in. Rankin looking. Gets it into Kopic, 4 to shoot. Kopic, turn around, off the rim, no good. And we've got a foul on the rebound. That's going to go on Hargens. That's number 2 on him, and team foul number 5 on the defenders. So Jake Hargens got whistled for his second personal foul in the process. Well, I'm being told that over in Des Moines, the Class 3A State Basketball Championship being played on one of the Sioux County radio stations, KSOU, part of that Sioux County radio conglomerate. MLC Floyd Valley leads Clear Lake 37-22. Left side pass, Evans. Dickinson State trailing by 10, 1:20 left to go in the half. Driving is Evans. Evans against Fairclough. Evans fakes him into the air. Lorenzen grabs the rebound. Here comes Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, the trailer, Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets around to a man, lays it up with the right hand, good. Lucas Lorenzen with 10, and the Dordt lead is 38-26. Dickinson State basketball, 1 minute remaining, 25 on the shot clock as Igbuli takes it across the timeline. Igbuli with the basketball. He passes right-hand side. Fischel driving in. Pull-up jumper, 15-footer, left it long, no good. Rebound cleared by the defenders. Let's see if the defenders going to get a 2-for-1 here. They've got to go quick, and the defenders will call a timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout, a use it or lose it. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Homegrown. Community. Family.
Innovators.
Growth.
Faith.
Legacy.
We are dedicated to egg.
The Dordt defenders with a 12-point lead, 38-26 after the timeout, and that's a use it or lose it in the NAIA National Championship. The bracket, you have media timeouts that factor in, and if you don't use one of your timeouts in the first half, you lose it anyhow. And so with 39.8 seconds remaining in the half, the defenders call the timeout, and they'll get it into Luke Rankin, and it appears Dordt will not go quickly. Thought maybe they'd try to get a 2-for-1. Ball deflected, and it's taken away, so Dickinson State thwarts those plans, and here come the Blue Hawks, and they've got a chance to hold for the final shot, trailing by a dozen. Dordt does have a foul to give, so you can commit a foul. Dickinson State basketball out front. Igbuli, step back three is up and good. So Igbuli hits the three. 8 seconds remaining. Here come the defenders trying to answer. Rankin back to Lorenzen. Fairclough, 1 to shoot. Back to Milliken, 3. Good. They count it. I'm sure it will be reviewed. but the Dordt defenders, for the time being at least, a 41-29 lead. They'll take a look at it on the replay as well. And there you see the replay just moments ago. Like one more look at it if we can here at halftime. So if we can get one more look at that on the Dordt Media Network would be great. And it appears 3 on the way, and I don't know that they're going to be able to tell from that because there's no clock on the graphic. And the Dordt defenders with a 41-29 lead. They called it good initially. Yep, and you see it now that there was 0.2 of a second left on the shot clock, or on the game clock as he released it, and the defenders have a 41-29 lead at the break. 41-29, let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a recap of the first half of action from the DeWitt Gym in 2 minutes.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Nutrition. Transform your health and wellness with 712 Nutrition. Stop in today for healthy, delicious protein shakes bundled with a supportive community. Start feeling your best today. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast brought to you by Flooring and Design in Sioux Center. Whether you are building a new home, remodeling your current home, or wanting to freshen up your decor, we can help make your home as unique as you. Stop in to see us at Flooring and Design.
Find furniture, mattresses, flooring, paint, and window treatments at your local Furniture Mart. They are family owned and located in downtown Sioux Center.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ski-Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether you're building or replacing, Ski-Bout Window and Door has the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski-Bout and see the difference. Today's broadcast brought to you by Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
Homegrown. Community. Family.
Innovators.
Growth.
Faith.
Legacy.
We are dedicated to egg.
41-29, the defenders leading by a dozen. The defenders scored 10 in a row to take control early. They went from tied 3-3 to up 13-3. And why don't we go ahead and run the highlights at the same time as we take a look at the recap of how we arrived at this 41-29 difference. Lucas Lorenzen hit a couple of threes for the defenders on the way to 10 first half points. Dordt also able to get out and run and was able to hurt Dickinson State with some transition basket, especially after makes by the Blue Hawks. Blue Hawks stayed within striking distance though. Trey Stevens, 11 first half points, 3 threes and a 2. He had got one to go from the left baseline, from the left wing. Connor Milliken also had 11 first half points. He paced the defenders in that total, and the Dordt defenders answering a Dickinson State 3 with a three-pointer at the horn by Connor Milliken, and the Dordt defenders with a 41-29 halftime lead in this one. 41-29 our score. Dordt leading by a dozen. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a rundown of all these numbers from the first half of play in 2 minutes.
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a team member or a fan of the university. These players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. There's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has for each game, and that's a game plan. And no matter the outcome of the game, there's tremendous value in growth in working together as a team to execute that game plan. What about you? Do you have a game plan for your financial life? Or are you so busy with everything else that life throws your way? Now, this time of year is everyone's favorite. And no, I'm not talking about the welcoming of spring here in the cold Midwest. No, it's tax time, when we, sometimes not so willingly, file our tax returns and pay any remaining taxes due. Have you ever wondered, am I doing all I can to be tax efficient? Not just when I file my tax return, but throughout the year? And not just this year, but over the long term? And would additional tax efficient strategies fit with the rest of my financial game plan? For over 40 years, the planning firm here in Sioux Center has been helping households build and execute their financial game plans on all the things more important than money. I'm Tom DeYoung, president of the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule a complimentary Discover meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your financial game plan on all the things in your life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts Radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
Lucas Lorenzen with 12 points to pace the defenders. Somewhere along the line, I missed a 2-point bucket for him. So he went 5 of 8 from the floor. The Dordt defenders, as we take a look at things, 16 of 33 from the floor, 49%, 5 for 8 on 3, 63%, 4 for 6 on free throws, 67%. For Dickinson State, 11 of 29 from the floor, 38%, 6 for 14 on threes, 43%, 1 for 4 on free throws, 25%. Dordt a 21-17 rebounding edge. Turnovers, Dickinson State 7, Dordt 3. The Dordt defenders, led by Lucas Lorenzen, as I noted, with 12 points, 11 for Connor Milliken. Those two combined 9 of 17 so far from the deck. 9 points for Jake Hargens off of the bench. He was 4 of 6. 7 points for Bryce Kopic and 2 for Luke Rankin, for Dordt's total of 41. For Dickinson State, 11 points for Trey Stevens, 8 for John Evans, 5 for Kos Egbule, 2 for Cordell Stinson, and 3 for Aiden Fischel, for their total of 29. The defenders, 6 rebounds for Lucas Lorenzen, all of them defensive. Luke Rankin with 4 rebounds, 3 rebounds for Jake Hargens, 2 for Jake Proctor, 3 for Ben Fairclaw, 1 for Bryce Kopic, 2 for Connor Milliken. For Dickinson State, they're led by Trey Stevens with 4 rebounds, 3 rebounds for Gus Wright. The defenders, Luke Rankin with 3 assists, Bryce Kopic and Ben Fairclaw each with 2 assists, as the Dordt defenders hold a 41-29 halftime advantage. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a check of what else is happening in the NAIA. We'll give you some finals, and we'll look around. Got 64 games to choose from. We'll take a look at all of that right after this 2-minute break. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and watching NAIA National Championship first round action on the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 2 minutes.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Today's Dordt Media Network broadcast, brought to you by Cruise & Cruise PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lamars, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dordt Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Dome. In the Dome, we have a space available for 2 full-size softball fields. However, this space is also utilized by the football, baseball, and soccer teams, as well as for other various athletic events. Another great thing about the American State Bank Sports Complex is that it's not just for Dordt athletes. It's for the entire community, whether that's high school soccer leagues, open turf time, or even a space for intramurals. Hope you stop by soon.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dordt University in Sioux Center, Iowa. 64 NAIA National Championship first round games to keep track of today. And let's take a look at what we have for results thus far. And I've got about 13 tabs open on my website. So looks like we'll go with the women. Nope, sorry, men. Here we go. Cumberland's a winner over Milligan, 85-71. Life over Johnson, 93-82. Spring Arbor defeats Cornerstone, 83-81. Langston, a 64-51 winner over St. Mary. Oklahoma Wesleyan downs Mid-America Christian, 80-69. That's a game you watched earlier on the Dordt Media Network. Indiana Wesleyan over Madonna, 96-77. It was Mobile over Indiana Northwest, 99-91. And in progress, by the way, that Indiana Northwest Mobile game went to double overtime. St. Mary of the Woods leading Dalton State in the second half, 53-51. Freed Hardman, a 54-37 winner over Indiana Southeast midway through. Central Baptist leads William Carey, 51-46 at halftime. Bethel over Peru State at halftime, 36-26. 35-17, Grace leads Carolina late in the first half. 43-30, Kaiser over Faulkner late in the first half. And Oregon Tech and Indiana Tech are just underway. Somewhere in this mess, I've got women's basketball as well. There we go. Indiana Tech defeats St. Francis of Indiana, 64-60. It's Stillman over Rio Grande, that is, 52-45. That's in the third quarter. St. Xavier losing to Marion, 24-16. That's late in the second period. Campbellsville leads Lords, 38-23, late in the second quarter. And just underway, Indiana Wesleyan and Philander Smith. Coming up in about an hour or so, we'll have women's basketball, Dordt versus Haskell Indian Nations. And then we'll wrap up the 4-game day here at the DeWitt Gym with St. Francis of Illinois taking on Rocky Mountain out of Montana. That brings you up to speed here at halftime. Let's take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with second half action from the DeWitt Gym in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
Hey Defender Nation, did you know that Dordt Athletics has over 700 student athletes that make up less than 50% of the student body? We want to invite you to join the Defender Gold Club and support those student athletes, our staff, and coaches this season. Your charitable donation helps advance Defender Athletics and the Defender Way. Last year, we were just shy of 900 members in the Defender Gold Club. Help us reach that 1,000 member mark this year. By becoming a member, you will directly support the student athletes and coaches here at Dordt University. Thanks for watching. Go Defenders.
Like to thank our businesses for making the admission to the game free for Dordt students. They include American State Bank, American Investment and Trust, Edward Jones Investment, and Bohr & Sons. Thank you very much for that. Dickinson State with the basketball as we pick up play here in the second half. Dordt leading 41-29. Dickinson State in their navy blue jerseys. They pass it left-hand side. Stinson into the paint, and Stinson is fouled on the play. Foul called on the defenders and Bryce Kopic. That's foul number 1 on Bryce. So the 41-29 our score. Dordt leading by a dozen. They throw it into Stinson. Cordell Stinson passes it off, and John Evans has had the hot hand for Dickinson State today. He's got 10 now. 2 threes and 2 twos. Defenders lead 41-31. With it is Milliken. Goes left side Kopic. Kopic on the wing. Kopic comes back right side. Rankin throws it into the post. Lorenzen faces up against Stinson. Cordell Stinson not given any ground. Lorenzen into the paint. And Lorenzen double clutch. His shot is good off of the paint, off of the glass. He's got 14. And the defender lead is 43-31. Two pretty physical forwards going at each other with Stinson and Lorenzen, and we've got a foul called on the three-point shot. That's going to go against Luke Rankin. That's number 1 on Luke. And free throws on the way for John Evans. Evans 0 for 2 from the free throw line. He's going to shoot 3 here, though. That's foul number 2 already on the defenders here in this half. Free throw on the way for Evans. Short, no good. This is an 81% free throw. He's 0 for 3 today. And another one on the way for John Evans, a senior from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. That one's up short, no good. 43-31, defenders still by a dozen. And a third free throw on the way for Evans. So Evans 0 for 4 today. And that one is up and through, so he clears the mechanism, if you will. Gets the shot to go with the third free throw. And the defender lead is 11, 43-32. Dordt's led by as many as 13 today. Kopic driving right-hand side, shot no good. Tap in by Lorenzen, no good. Pass over the top for Evans. Evans pull up 3, good. John Evans with the three-point basket, and the Dordt lead is 43-35. With the basketball is Rankin. Rankin hands it off to Milliken. Milliken tries to get around the corner. Back to Fairclaw. Fairclaw with it on the wing. Now Kopic. Kopic driving in. Kopic shot no good. There for the rebound, though, is Lorenzen. His putback is good. Lucas Lorenzen with a putback. Dordt leads by 10, 45-35. Getting physical underneath. Trey Stevens brings it up the floor. They'll try to find Evans, I would think. Evans trying to rub off of a screen. They get it back right side. This is Stevens. Stevens 3, missed it, no good. Rebound snatched out of the air by Milliken. Here come the defenders. Cross-court pass, Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets around. Stinson misses the right-handed layup, though. Short-armed it a bit. Got it off of the rim, and here comes Stinson back the other way. Cordell Stinson guarded there by Lorenzen. They switch. Now Fairclaw picks him up. Stinson into the paint. Stinson with the left hand works around, and the two-point bucket by Stinson is good. He's got 4. Dordt leads 45-37. The trailer Fairclaw, top of the key 3, good. Ben Fairclaw with his first basket of the day. Dordt leads 48-37. 48-37. Dordt with the lead. Dickinson State with the basketball, down 11. Dickinson State basketball. Stevens running the point. He passes over to Evans. Evans has had the hot hand. They throw it into the post. Posting up is Palmer. Back around the horn they go. Stinson. Stinson looks at a 3 from the right wing. Missed it, no good. Left him all by himself, and he missed it. And Kose Igbule knocks away the rebound after it looked like Milliken had it secured, and it will go out of bounds. Last touch by DSU. It'll be Dordt basketball. Dickinson State located in Dickinson, North Dakota. These two programs have not played much over the years. Right side pass, it goes to Lorenzen. Lorenzen, shot no good, but he is fouled on the play by John Evans. And Evans commits the personal foul, and Evans takes the worst of that collision as he got out of position. So Evans shaken up on the play. They're going to call a block. And they're going to take a look at it and see if there's more to it than a common foul. So they will take a look at that drive. Right now they've got the foul called. So while they do that, we can tell you that today's game day sponsors and supporters of Defender Athletics are Wallstra Plumbing, Four Brothers Barn Grill, the Vinnie Glenhoven Agency, City of Sioux Center, Demco Products, Joe's TV and Appliance, Northwest Bank, Vanderhags, and Van Holland Lawn Service. To me, it appeared nothing different than what we've watched in the Great Plains Athletic Conference many times this year, and that is just two players trying to get to the same spot, and they're going to take a look at it. 48-37, Defenders leading by 11 with 16:39 remaining. Right now, I believe Lorenzen's going to shoot 2 free throws unless something changes. And 3 officials will confer. So nothing there to look at after the officials reviewed it. And Lucas Lorenzen will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Lorenzen with 16 so far, shooting a couple of free throws here. First trip to the free throw line for him. He had 12 points in the first half. He is Dordt's leading scorer this season. First free throw is off the heel, no good. Another one on the way. The Defenders as a team right now, I have them as 4 of 7 from the free throw line. And another free throw coming. Second free throw for Lorenzen. He is up. That one's going to go through. Lorenzen, a 76% free throw shooter, makes 1 of 2. And the Dordt lead is 49-37. Cordell Stinson over the basketball, guarded there by Kopic. That was foul number 1 called on Dickinson State in this half. Dordt has a couple on their side, so neither team anywhere close to the bonus. I guess we're just 3.5 minutes deep into this half. Igbuli with it, right side back over to Stevens. Stevens puts it on the floor against Rankin. Turnaround, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Kopic, back over to Rankin. Rankin has Lorenzen on the right side. Puts it up, shot is good, count the hoop, and he is fouled. Gus Wright commits the personal foul, his second. And Lucas Lorenzen will go to the free throw line as he got the ball in transition from Luke Rankin. Rankin credited with his 4th assist, I believe. And Lucas Lorenzen now with an opportunity to extend the lead. Dordt leads by 14. That's their biggest lead of the ball game so far. And Dickinson State, much like it happened in the first half, they're falling behind a little bit here at the start of the second half and digging themselves a 15-point hole, 52-37. With the basketball is Fischel. Fischel brings it up for the Blue Hawks. Blue Hawks with the basketball. Play out of the North Star Athletic Association. They're coached by Derek Selvig. He is the coach of the year out of that league. A lot of close losses for this team. Jumper in and out, no good. Rebound taken down, shot no good. Rebound cleared by Fairclough after the missed shot by Gus Wright. Wright, the Sheridan, Wyoming native, unable to come away with a putback. Out front it goes Fairclough, doesn't even look at it. Gives it back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen over the right hand, muscles it up, good. Right now, Lucas Lorenzen getting his shoulders around the Dickinson State defensive player. And here comes Wright. Wright's 3 stripped on the way up. Here's Milliken, and Milliken is fouled from behind. And Connor will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So Connor Milliken will try to extend the lead. The defenders to start this half a 13-8 advantage, and they have turned a 12-point halftime lead into a 17-point lead with 15-13 remaining. And Milliken trying to extend the lead with a couple of free throws. Milliken, an 80% free thrower. He's got 12. Makes the first one. He's got another one on the way. 15-13 remaining in the regulation. A second free throw on the way for Milliken. Well, on the Dordt campus, it's been quite a winter. Both the men and women winning conference championships, and the hockey team also advancing to the ACHA Division III championships, which will begin next Tuesday as well. So it's been quite a winter with 3 conference titles between those 3 winter teams, and you throw in indoor track and field, and it's been a lot of success for Dordt so far this year. Right-hand side it goes, 5 to shoot. Dickinson State basketball, Fischel puts up the 3 and misses everything. It'll be Dordt basketball with 14:43 remaining in this second half. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. We'll be back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 1 minute.
We appreciate the mission of Dordt, but more importantly, the organization, the team of people at Dordt live out that mission every day.
Dordt University's Christian perspective is thoughtfully and authentically applied in all areas of life. Live your faith in every area of life at Dordt University.
Dordt basketball following the timeout. The defenders leading 56-37. 2 teams playing for the right to advance on to play Oklahoma Wesleyan, who was a winner earlier today over Mid-America Christian, 80-69. High post pass, Milliken. Milliken comes back right side, Lorenzen. Lorenzen takes it in again. His shot no good, but he is fouled on the play. And setting up, I believe, inside the charge arc was Braden Palmer. That was the issue there. Got in too deep under the basket, and Lorenzen took it in, and Lorenzen fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. He's got 22 so far. And he is 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Tyler Prinz will check into the ball game for the defenders. Connor Milliken will likely check out. Free throw on the way for Lorenzen, rattles it in. Another one on the way for Lorenzen. Lorenzen with 23 so far. Dordt extending the lead to 20. 57-37 with 14:29 remaining. Still time for Dickinson State, but they've got to get some stops, and they got to start making shots consistently. I've been accused of stating the obvious. Dordt leads Dickinson State 58-37. With the basketball, right-hand side it goes. This is Jaden Wright. Wright comes back over to Evans. Evans throws it into the corner, and the ball is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Rankin for the defenders. It will be Dickinson State basketball. Well, we started at 1:30 today. And we will wrap things up probably around 9:30 or 10 o'clock today, and we'll start up again tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Inbounding the basketball will be Aiden Fischel. Fischel gets the ball, throws it in, gets the return pass. Fischel into the paint, and we've got a foul on the play called on Tyler Prinz. Prinz whistled for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on him. Dordt leading 58-37. Ben Fairclaw will check into the ball game. Tyler Prinz will check out. Dordt will go with a little more size now. Also checking back in is Kosei Egbule. Kosei Egbule checks into the contest. This is Fischel. Ball tipped by Rankin and now thrown away by Dickinson State and Braden Palmer. So Palmer throws it away. It'll be Dordt basketball back. And throwing the ball in will be Jake Hargens. Hargens gets it in to Rankin. Rankin will trot it up the floor. Takes his time, takes it across the timeline. Luke with it in between the circles. Rankin comes back to Lorenzen. Hargens posting up short corner. He'll back his way in. Working his way with the left hand. Now sets up for the right-handed shot off the glass. Good. Jake Hargens with 11. And the defenders extend the lead to 60-37. Dickinson State with the basketball, down 23. With the right-hand side, Egbule. Egbule with it on the right wing. Comes back, left side, right. Jaden Wright, three, missed, no good. And the rebound taken away by Hargens. Here come the defenders. With the basketball is Rankin. Rankin with it on the wing. Comes back to the top of the key. Back out front it comes to Hargens. Hargens, Rankin. Rankin with the right hand, now the left. Driving in with the left hand. Puts it up and has it knocked away by Aiden Fischel. For Luke Rankin, his value with this Dordt team not measured necessarily in his points, but more in how he runs the offense and how many turnovers he has. And Lucas Lorenzen has it ripped away from him by Braden Palmer. Here comes Egbule. Egbule with it 7 minutes into the half. Pass into the right corner, three, missed, no good. Rebound cleared by Lorenzen. Lorenzen with it, Rankin. Rankin, Proctor. Proctor, ball fake, three, left it short, no good. Rebound cleared by Hargens. Hargens with it. Hargens will attack from the wing. Goes back, 15 to shoot for the defenders. Lorenzen. Lorenzen back outside to Hargens. Hargens into the paint with the right hand, good. Jake Hargens with 13, and the defender lead is 62-37. 62-37. Dickinson State with the basketball. Jumper, right side, no good. Rebound cleared by Fairclaw, one and done for Dickinson State, and it's been a while since they scored. Lob pass over the top to Hargens. Hargens somehow comes down with it, falling backwards, makes the play, and he matches his season high. He's got 15 points. 64-37. Egbule puts the shot up, in and out, no good, but he's fouled. They're going to call the foul before the shot, I believe. That's going to go on Lucas Lorenzen. That's number 2 on him. The defenders right now in the midst of a 19-0 run. This was 45-37 at one point. And Dickinson State just trying to somehow get something going. Dordt has held Dickinson State scoreless for the last 5+ now. Egbule trying to change that, and he's fouled on the play by Proctor. Foul came before the shot. That's foul number 2 on Jake Proctor. Team foul number 5 against the defenders. 64-37. Pass out front. This is Stinson. Stinson goes to Egbule. Egbule, left wing three, is up and good. So a three-pointer by Trey Stevens. He's got 14. And the defender lead is 24 at 64-40, 11:40 and counting. So Dordt by a couple of dozen. Kopic with it. Kopic goes back to Hargens. Hargens working on the wing. Goes back over to Xavier Van Beek. Van Beek, one of 4 freshmen who seniors that play regular minutes for the defenders. Missed shot by Kopic, and here comes Dickinson State. Stinson in traffic. His shot is off the glass, good, and he is fouled on the play. Foul's going to go on Ben Fairclaw, so count the basket. And Cordell Stinson will go to the free throw line for the three-point play opportunity. Dordt leading 64-42, 11:15 remaining in regulation. So the free throw on the way for Stinson is off the mark, no good. Dickinson State has not helped themselves from the free throw line. I've got them as 2 of 8. Three-pointer by Proctor missed, no good. Rebound cleared. Here comes Dickinson State down 64-42. With it on the right-hand side, Stevens. Stevens three, count the hoop, and he is fouled on the play. And just like that, Dickinson State back to within 64-44. They awarded just a 2 on the play. And Stevens will go to the free throw line for a 3-point play opportunity. That's foul number 3 called against Jake Hargens. And the free throw is up, off the heel, no good, and the free throw shooting woes continue for Dickinson State. They're now 2 of 9. 64-44, defenders had some room to play with. Now Dickinson State trying to put together a rally. In the paint, Hargens shot no good, and the rebound is tapped and controlled by Dickinson State. Stinson passes right side, Evans with it. Evans with the right hand misses the layup. Shot no good. Rebound tapped out, controlled by Dickinson State. Left side pass, Egbule against Vanesson, and taking it away is Proctor. Now it's loose, picked up by Dickinson State. Comes back out front, Stevens 3 off the mark, no good. Rebound Vanesson over to Van Beek. Van Beek ahead to Kopic with the basketball. Kopic into the paint, and he's going to be called for traveling. 10:04 remaining in the half. That's in regulation. Dordt leading by 20, 64-44. Getting a little chippy and feisty on rebounds. You secure it, and both teams pecking away at it. Dickinson State basketball. Trey Stevens will bring it up against Bryce Kopic. Luke Rankin, Connor Milliken, Jake Proctor, Ty Vanesson, and Bryce Kopic on the floor for the defenders. We'll reset the Dickinson State lineup in just a moment. This is Gus Wright. It's taken away. Here comes Milliken. Milliken layup with the right hand, good, and he's fouled on the play by Stinson, and that's going to be an intentional foul. So Stinson called for the intentional foul. Count the bucket for Connor Milliken. Milliken with 15. And the defenders have a 22-point advantage and shooting free throws. So now the question will be, are they going to go back and review the foul as well? And they will. We saw the hand go across, or the arm go across the face. And this will be a timeout on the floor as well for the media timeout. And there was no real play on the ball as Milliken finishes. And the Dordt defenders with a 22-point lead, and free throws coming up after this timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
We are set for basketball. Dordt in their home whites. Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dordt University.
And Faber's going to come out there with the rebound. He'll clear it ahead to Woudstra. Woudstra to Benzoin.
No look pass. Lorenzen slammed up. Beckman three. Bang, bang, bang. For the Dordt College defenders, they're 30-4 this season. That is a school record, 30 wins.
Basic in the near wing, out on top of Jerry Bohr. Lobs it to Kevin Veenstra.
In traffic, gets it to go, and he is fouled. They get it to Bendong. Bendong puts it up. Tough shot, got it to go.
0, it's over.
And for the first time in program history, Dordt is your NAIA national champions.
Underneath, Hargens over the basket. Dordt wins! Dordt wins! The defenders win! Well, the situation is it will be 2 free throws and the ball for the defenders, so this could be a huge possession. Dordt leads 67-44 as the first free throw by Milliken is good. Milliken got the breakaway that time and got fouled on the play. Extends the lead now to 68-44, and the defenders will maintain possession of it. And because the foul happened under the basket, Dordt will inbound. They'll run a baseline out of bounds play right side of the lane as we face the hoop. They try to feed it in to Milliken, and Rankin lost it. Too many hands to get it through. And Jaden Wright comes back the other way. We're past the midpoint of the second half. Trey Stevens with it at the top of the key. Comes back over to John Evans. Evans throws it into the corner right. Right, nothing there. Now Stinson. Stinson in the right corner. He's going to work in against Van Essen. Comes back left side, right, three, good. Beg your pardon, Stevens. Trey Stevens with that three. Beg your pardon, 68-47. Defenders by 21. 9:07 remaining in the game. Right side it goes to Proctor. Jake with the basketball. Jake drives in. Comes back over to Kopic. Kopic stops, pops, 15-footer. Left it short, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Dickinson State. Dordt by 21. Long triple on the play, no good by Trey Stevens, and here comes Dordt. Kopic into the paint. Kopic, short jumper, good. Bryce Kopic with 9. Dordt leads 70-47. Well, that was a very quick three by Stevens from deep. Heat check of sorts, and now we've got a foul called on Bryce Kopic. With 8:27 remaining, that's going to be number 2 on him. Bryce Kopic moments ago scoring his 8th and 9th points. Trey Stevens, a senior from Sparks, Nevada, will check out of the ball game. While our women's game, Dordt versus Haskell, scheduled to begin at 5:30. I don't think we're going to make it. It's going to be close. Could be close. All depends how these last 8:27. How this last 8:27 plays out. Free throw by Stinson, no good. Now this is a Dickinson State team that normally makes about 70% of their free throws. Today they are 2 for 10. Normally teams talk about layup by Rankin as he breaks the defense down. Dordt leads 72-47. Biggest lead of the game for the defenders at 25. Normally teams come into the duet and they like to shoot here. See a lot of teams shoot very well with the close confines, but today Dickinson State struggling from the free throw line. Gus Wright in the paint, right-handed hook is good. Dordt leads 72-49. 7:47 and counting, ball game. Rankin gets around his man, lays it up with the left hand, good. Luke Rankin with his second consecutive layup. Dordt leads by 25, steal by Rankin, feeds the trailer. Kopic drops it off for Milliken. Milliken off the glass, good. Connor Milliken with 17. Dordt leads 76-49. So the defenders extending the lead now to 27 with 7:25 remaining. Kosei Egbule against Van Essen. Down to the baseline, cut off, throws it back out to the perimeter. Gus Wright. Wright gives it up, back to Egbule. Egbule, three, missed, no good. Rebound Kopic. Kopic with the outlet pass over to Rankin. Rankin will bring it up the floor. Luke Rankin with the basketball. Dordt by 27. A lot of the suspense taken out of this one right now. Comes back to Kopic. Kopic stops, pop, 12-footer, in and out, no good. Bryce Kopic today, not one of his better shooting days. Normally those mid-range jumpers nearly automatic. And we're going to have a foul call against the defenders. Foul's going to go on Connor Milliken. That's going to be number 1 on number 1. Connor with 19 today. Very quietly putting up 19. Lucas Lorenzen's been able to spend a little bit of time on the bench with back-to-back games a possibility. You want to limit minutes if you can. Free throw is up and good. Another one on the way. So another free throw on the way. This one's up and that one is short, no good. And Van Essen gathers in the rebound. Dordt leading 76-50. Luke Rankin brings the ball up the floor for the defenders. They get it underneath Hargens. Hargens muscles it up, good. Jake Hargens with a 2-point bucket. He's got 17. That's a career high now for him. 6:20 remaining in the contest. Egbule loses it on the way up, and Ty Van Essen's going to be called for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on him. So foul number 2 called on Ty Van Essen. And Egbule will go to the free throw line. Kosei Egbule. And the free throw is up, and that one is good. 78-51. So Dordt leading by 28. That's been their biggest lead of the ball game. Since halftime, they've put 37 on the board to 22 for Dickinson State. Dordt extending the lead, 78-51, and Egbule makes one of two. Dickinson State now 4 of 14 from the free throw line. They have not helped themselves from the charity stripe. The defenders shooting right at 51% from the floor. Dickinson State is at 37%. Rankin goes over to Hargens. Hargens back to the basket, going to work. Hargens back to the basket, puts it up with the left hand, missed it, no good. And with 5:50 remaining in regulation, it's Dickinson State basketball. Egbule out of control, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Lorenzen up the floor, Milliken with the right hand, count the hoop, and he is fouled. Connor Milliken with 21. And the defenders lead 80-51, and we've got a player shaken up, Kosei Egbule. And Egbule, right ankle, or might have turned that right ankle, comes off favoring. And he will check out of the ball game. We'll see if he returns. Dordt athletic training staff. Free throw is up, free throw is good. And Connor Milliken makes the free throw. Dordt leads by 30, 81-51. And Tyler Prince checks into the ball game with 5:35 remaining. With it on the left-hand side, this is Fischel. Fischel against Rankin. They go left side, three missed, no good. Rebound tapped out and controlled. They get it back over to Evans. Evans into the paint. Evans comes back over to Wright. Wright back to Evans. Evans cut off on the play by Rankin. Right side three, missed, short, no good. Grazes the rim. Rebound cleared by Hargens, and we've got 5 minutes remaining in this one, and Dordt certainly appears like they're primed to play Oklahoma Wesleyan tomorrow for the right to move on to Kansas City beginning on Thursday of next week. Winner will advance and be part of the 16-team final site field tomorrow afternoon, barring something completely catastrophic here. Shot by Hargens, no good. Rebound Prince, kick out pass back to Rankin. Rankin will run clock. 4:38 remaining in regulation. Rankin at the top of the key, 12 to shoot. Rankin has it. Dribbling with the left hand, 7 to shoot. Comes back to Prince. Prince, Lorenzen, 4. And Lorenzen fading away. His shot, no good. Rebound tap out, no. Controlled by Evans. Evans with the basketball. Evans at the top of the key. He comes back over to Fischel. Fischel throws it into the post. Palmer into the corner. And the loose basketball picked up by the defenders in Rankin. Rankin with it, spin move at midcourt, and he is fouled on the play by Fischel. That's going to be foul number 7 against Dickinson State. And Luke Rankin will go to the free throw line, and he will shoot a 1-and-1. We've got the media timeout with 4:04 remaining in the game. Dordt leads 81-51. Free throws on the way. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Biblical truth shapes Dordt's worldview, giving students the wisdom to serve God and neighbor through their work and in their daily lives. Do all that God has created you to do at Dordt University.
Something that makes Dordt unique is how they really develop you as a whole person, in leadership, in your own faith, and just in all the different areas that help you grow to be a really successful person, and not just in how much money you make, but the people that you can impact and the legacy that you can create.
Dordt's core program and holistic learning helps students to thrive intellectually, professionally, socially, and spiritually. Become all that God created you to be at Dordt University.
Luke Rankin to shoot free throws. And here in Des Moines, MOC Floyd Valley, a state title in Class 3A, holding on to defeat Clear Lake. 82-51 as Luke Rankin, shooting free throws, makes the first. He's got another one on the way. Second one is up and good as well. Luke Rankin, 83-51. Luke Rankin will check out of the ball game with 8 points. In all likelihood, that'll be all for Luke Rankin today. The Dordt defenders with the lead, up by 32. And it's all academic at this point. Ben Loverud hands it off to Jake Hargens. Hargens takes it across the timeline. And the ball is tipped away from behind by Dickinson State. And it will be Dordt basketball. Throwing the ball in will be Jake Hargens. Hargens gets it into Prinz, under 4 to go. Prinz driving in, stops, lost his footing, and I'm starting to wonder if the humidity in the DeWitt gym is going to play a part in the women's game. Going to have to keep the moppers busy when that women's contest begins. Baseline jumper by Van Beek, no good. Rebound, Loverud. Loverud in the paint, good. Ben Loverud with a 2-point bucket. 85-51 for the senior from Urbandale. Pass goes right-hand side. Dickinson State basketball, shot for 3, missed, no good. Rebound cleared by Fairclaw. Fairclaw gets it ahead Hargens. Hargens down to the baseline, back to Xavier. Xavier 3, missed it, no good. Rebound cleared by Dickinson State and Trey Stevens. Stevens with it. Stevens tries to cross over. Underneath, looking for the reverse. Still dribbling, cut off by Fairclaw. Throws it into the corner, left side 3 for Fischel, good. He's got 6, and the defender lead is 85-54. 2:35 and counting, ball game. Tyler Prinz with the basketball, and we've got a timeout on the floor charged to the defenders. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds. Dordt basketball, Tyson Bohr in the ball game. Dylan Skopp also in the game. And there's Xavier Van Beek, so got 5 on the floor. Tyson Bohr over in front of the student section, blends in with all those yellow jerseys. They get it into Skopp. Skopp fading away in the paint. His shot no good. And the rebound controlled by Dickinson State. Up the floor comes Dickinson State. That's Zacher. Zacher with it. Zacher out front. Passes it off to Cranston. Cranston. Kick out pass, and it's taken away by Loverud. Loverud will throw it now. Slam dunk, Ben Loverud. Ben Loverud with the slam dunk. He's got 4, and the defender lead is 87-54. 150 remaining. Left-hand side. Dickinson State. Cranston. Cranston goes into Daniel. Daniel with it. Daniel picks up the dribble, and we've got a kick called on Bohr. Well, we will get through the post game pretty quickly. Stephen Polachek checks into the ball game. So Polachek checks in, as does Caden McLaughlin. With the basketball out front. Driving in, shot is up and hangs on the rim and falls through for Dickinson State and Cranston. So Cranston with the deuce. Dordt leads 87-56. Pulacek to Skop. Skop out front, McLaughlin. McLaughlin gives it up, Bohr back to Skop. Skop back to the basket. Cross-court pass, Pulacek. Pulacek, three, good. Stephen Pulacek with three. Bothered by injury much of this year. Knocks down the triple from the right wing. And the defenders lead 90-56. Caden McLaughlin gathers in the rebound, gets it away to Loverud. Loverud hands it off to Pulacek. Pulacek with the basketball. Stephen on the left elbow. Puts it up, blocked by Zacher. Rebound taken away by Dickinson State. Long pass into the front court. This is Daniel. Daniel to Zacher. Zacher goes right side. Three, missed, no good. Rebound McLaughlin. McLaughlin hands it off to Bohr. 1 second difference, shot clock and game clock. 25 seconds to shoot for the defenders, now 21. So they will have to take a shot or a turnover. Pulacek with it at midcourt. Pulacek right side, McLaughlin back to Skop. Skop in traffic, his fadeaway missed it, no good. And the rebound cleared by Dickinson State. 8 seconds remaining. Dordt leads 90-56. Missed shot, no good. And the Dordt defenders are going to win it by a final of 90-58 on the two-pointer at the horn. Dordt outscores Dickinson State 49-31 in the second half. They will advance on in tournament play. They'll face Oklahoma Wesleyan tomorrow afternoon. That'll be a 3 o'clock start time for the right to move on to Kansas City and the round of 16. So let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with the Wireless World postgame show right after this 2-minute timeout.
Homegrown. Community. Family.
Innovators.
Growth.
Faith.
Legacy.
We are dedicated to egg.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1891. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner. Online at germanfarmers.com.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hovet Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hovet Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Sioux and owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, and decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
Let's check in now with the Wireless World postgame show, and let's go ahead and run those highlights, and then we'll basically wrap up the NAIA portion of our broadcast, and we'll probably get into some more local things after that. But let's go ahead and run the highlights. The Dordt defenders led by 10 after a quick 2 by Dickinson State to start the second half. They were down 41-31, and the lead was actually 8 at 43-35. Dordt, though, from 43-35, went on to score 21 of the next 23, and they led 64-37. Dickinson State never able to put much together, got within 20 at 64-44. A basket and an intentional foul led to a 4-point play for the defenders, or a 4-point possession for them. They led 68-44, and it went up to above 30 after that, and Dordt ends up winning by a final of 90-58. The Dordt defenders from the floor. The Dordt defenders, 34 of 71 from the floor, 48%, 7 of 14 on threes, 50%, 15 of 18 on free throws, 83%. Dordt had a 48-35 rebounding edge. They also committed 7 turnovers while forcing 15 by Dickinson State. Dickinson State, 22 of 60 from the floor, 37%. And 10 of 30 on threes, 33%, 4 for 14 on free throws, 29%. The defenders were led today by Lucas Lorenzen with 24 points. Connor Milliken had 22, 17 for Jake Hargens off of the bench, 9 points for Bryce Kopic, 8 for Luke Rankin, 3 for Ben Fairclough, 3 for Stephen Pulacek, and 4 for Ben Leverud. Jake Hargens also had 6 rebounds. Lucas Lorenzen had 11 to lead the defenders. Bryce Kopic had 7. Ben Fairclough had 6. For Dickinson State, Trey Stevens had 19 points, 15 for John Evans, and after that it drops off to Cordell Stinson and Kose Egbule with 6 points each, and 6 for Aiden Fischel as well, 2 each for Will Beckstead, Gus Wright, and Britton Cranston. 7 rebounds for Trey Stevens, 6 for Cordell Stinson, 3 assists each for Kose Egbule, Trey Stevens, and 2 for Cordell Stinson. 90-58 your final. Dordt will now play Oklahoma Wesleyan tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock in the round of 32 for the right to move on to the NAIA National Championship final site. They'll be playing in the second round tomorrow afternoon at 3. Tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to take a extended break. Let's take a 4-minute break. A 4-minute break. And then we will be back with the men's portion of our broadcast, the women's portion of our broadcast. If Coach Brian Van Hampton comes up, we'll get to a post-game interview there. So let's take a 4-minute break, give the Dordt Media Network an opportunity to close things down, restart the stream, and we'll be back with more in 4 minutes.